Hello everyone. Hello Weeb Trash. Hello Hannestein. How are you doing today? That's not the right one. That's the right one. Why did I switch that off? Huh. Anyways, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Hello Wind. Welcome. So, today we are doing day... Hold on. Oh, hello. Yes, day 6. Why are you whining at me, cat? Farina's trying to steal your primo gems. Oh boy, good luck. What do you want? Do you want up here? Oh, don't scratch my chair. Happy you finally have Wi-Fi because you're at your dad's? Oh, nice. Hold on. Hey, get out of the bag. One moment. Oh my god, this cat is determined to cause problems for me. Anyways, so yeah, today we are doing day 6 of Fate Route. We're going to be meeting Rider and Assassin, apparently. According to what I'm seeing in this flowchart here. Let me, I meant to do this earlier. Let me put a little reminder in the chat real quick. Message real quick. Alright, so we are good to go. And there is at least one bad end in this day. Yeah, there's one possible bad end in this day. So I will give a reminder that $5 can force me to do that bad end. So, let us get going. The next day. After a normal morning, I enter the living room to find a complicated breakfast table.
ごめんさくら。私バターダメなの。そこのマーマレードちょうだい。そうなんですか？遠坂先輩、甘いものは好きじゃないような口ぶりでしたけど。まさかそんな女の子はいないわよ。糖分は嫌いじゃなくて取れないだけだってば。油断すると見えないところが増えるの。甘味どころは週に1回にしなくちゃね。 なのにマーマレードなんですか、先輩。朝は糖分取るの。それにね、少しぐらいは甘いものを口にしておかないと後のカウンターが怖いでしょ。そっか、食事を2食に減らしても食べる量が倍になったら大変ですからね。そういうこと。黙ってればよく食べるわね、セイバー。ちっこい体のくせに桜並みの量じゃない。
Just like you, for real. Felt that.
そうでしょう
I'm
か。
also not a morning person.
私は平均だと思いますし、さくらが口にしたパンは私を大きく上回っていると思いますが。
Saber denying that she could eat everything in a restaurant and still be hungry.
そんなことないです。遠坂先輩もセイバーさんも私もみんな仲良くトースト2枚じゃないですか。いえ、厚さが違う。1センチに対して2センチですから、さくらはよく食べています。成長期ですし、栄養を取るのはいい。瓶も1枚だけと言わず、残さず食べてはどうですか。だからダメだって言ってるじゃない。さくらと違って胸に栄養がいくわけじゃなし、朝からそんなに食べたら増えるっていうの。ただでさえ朝は食べない主義なんだから、これでも譲歩してるのよ。遠坂先輩、その先輩の前でそういうことは。増える増えると言っていますが、なぜ具体的な表現を避けるのですか、リン。だから目に見えないところの話。ああ、さくらは目に見えるから除外だけど。だからそういう話はしないでください。
Oh my god, hold on. Troublemaker cat. I take a bite of the well-done toast. Perhaps my brain just doesn't follow what's going on in front of me, but I'm eating toast and not joining the conversation. Well, there's no room for me to cut into the conversation.
どうも杞憂だったのかな。
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention! So today is what we in the Fate fandom call SHIROU Day. I want to be clear that this is not his birthday. He doesn't have a canonical birthday, but we do kind of have like a range of dates of when his birthday could be. And this is actually a little bit outside of that. But basically it's just like a random day that people decided on to celebrate him. Everybody changes their profile pictures to the same picture of him and posts memes about him and stuff. It's very fun. I was kinda hoping that streaming Fate on SHIROU Day would get me more viewers, not gonna lie, but it doesn't seem like it has done that. Tragic. But yes, happy SHIROU Day! Yeah, this was a tradition that somebody just kind of randomly started a few years ago. And it started in the western side of the fandom, but it spread to the Japanese side. And people have been doing it for like 4 years or something like that now. It's very fun and cute, and it makes me happy. Marketing move failed. Unfortunately. Anyways. So yeah, happy SHIROU Day. They seem to have a good relationship for now. Tosaka is the same as always, and Saber is more open than she was last night. Sakura is... well, she still seems to be a bit resistant to Saber. but it doesn't look like she dislikes her.
藤姉が来なかったのが気になるけど、まあ夜になったら来るだろう。
The shock last night must have been a big one. Well, she'll probably come and eat dinner, so I think she'll have calmed down by then. Breakfast ends and I start cleaning up.
先輩、本当にいいんですか？後片付け任せてしまって。
まあ、それぐらいはやっとく。それより、さくらは部活だろ？昨日の今日だし、顔を出しておいた方がいい。はい。
それじゃあ、お先に失礼しますね、先輩。
Sakura bows also to Tosaka and leaves the living room in a hurry. Gonna take your dog out? Alright. We'll see you in a few. That leaves the three of us. Which means once Sakura leaves, the three of us who know the secret remain.
それでは私も失礼します。何かありましたら声をかけてください。じゃあね、セイバー。シローは任されたからこっちの留守をよろしく。はい。シローを頼みます、リン。
Bowing lightly to Tosaka, Saber returns to her room. Well, there's nothing to do here. So she must want to save her energy by sleeping, but...
まったく、本当に戦うことしか考えてないのか、あいつ。
当たり前じゃない。シローもね、そろそろやる気見せないと、セイバーに愛想をつかされるわよ。
What is this cat's problem? Oh my god! She's been behaving very, very kittenishly lately. Like, going back to behaviors that I thought she had grown out of. And I think it's because... Stop it! I think it's because it's getting colder, so she's not getting to go outside as often. And, my dad hasn't been opening the window downstairs as much either. So she doesn't get to sit there and enjoy the breeze. Stop it. Chill out. She sounds like a baby. She is. She's a big baby.
まだ傷が完治してないとはいえ、いつまでもおとなしくしているような子じゃないでしょ。
A clicking sound. As she makes a scary comment, Tosaka turns on the TV.
またこのニュースやってるんだ。
The morning news streams from the TV. I listen to it while washing the dishes in the kitchen. Well, the content is the same as the news I heard a while ago.
新都の方でガス漏れによる事故だって。バカな話。そんなのあっちだけじゃなくて、こっちの町にだって起きてるのに。
Hold on. Did Tosaka say something really worrying?
トサカ、それどういう意味だ？
だから原因不明の衰弱でしょ。何の前触れもなく意識を失った人間がそのまま昏睡状態になって病院に運ばれてるって話。もう結構な数になってるんじゃないかな。今のところ命に別状はないらしいけど、この先どうなるかは仕掛けたやつの気分次第でしょうね。
Wait. Not only in the neighboring town, but over here too? Comas with no cause? Numerous victims? No, the problem is...
トサカ、まさかそれも他のマスターの仕業だっていうのか？
じゃあ他の誰の仕業だっていうのよ。いい加減慣れてよね。あなただってマスターなんだから。
それはそうだけど、なんで今まで教えてくれなかったんだよ、トサカは。
こっちの件はそれほど簡単じゃないから。学校で結界を張ってるマスターは三流だけど、こっちのマスターは一流よ。相手を死に至らしめることはせず、命の半分だけを吸収して力を蓄えている。そりゃ集めるスピードは遅いけど、その代わりに魔術師としてのルールには引っかからないし、無理をする必要がない。このマスターは遠く離れた場所で町の人たちから生命力っていう最も単純な魔力をかすめ取っているわけ。
遠く離れた場所からって、そんなところから町中の魔力を集められるっていうのか、そいつは。
よっぽど腕の立つ魔術師なんでしょうね。信と富山、2つの町をフォローする広範囲の吸引なんて大がつく魔術師の技だもの。いや、それともよっぽど優れた霊地を確保したのかな。冬木の町には龍脈らしきものがあるって父さんも言ってたし、そこに陣を敷けば生命力の搾取ぐらいは簡単か。
ちょっと父さんが。
父さんの書庫にそれらしい資料はなかったし、あるなら大師傅の書庫か。やだなあ、そこ今でも人外魔境だし、できれば遠慮したいのに。となると綺麗に聞くしかないか。いや、ダメダメ、あいつに借りを作るなんてもってのほかだわ。
父さんが、おい。
There's no answer. It's no good. Tosaka is immersed in talking to herself. Queen of overthinking. I reached the school gate with Tosaka half-heartedly. The front gate has students arriving at school, and the school is starting another normal day. But still, there is an odd feel to it. I went through the front gate without noticing it yesterday, but I can certainly sense it if I look for it. How can I put this? It's so calm that even my instincts go numb.
本当だ。外と中じゃ空気が違う。甘い蜜みたいな空気じゃないか。
へえ、シローにはそう感じられるんだ。あなた、魔力感知は下手だけど、世界の異常には敏感なのかもしれないわね。
Tosaka ponders.
にしても甘い蜜か。例えるならウツボカズラとか。なかなか言い得てみようじゃない。
ウツボカズラってお前、そのイメージとんでもなく凶悪だぞ。
It's not incorrect, though.
そう？シローの直感は外れてないと思うけど。だってこの学校、結界っていう蓋が閉まったら中の生き物はみんな食べられるんだし。
She sees through the aspect I didn't say, and I gasp.
やっぱりね。わかりやすいから楽しいわ、あなたって。
ああ、そうですか。俺はちっとも楽しくない。
怒らない怒らない。シローの言いたいことだって分かってるから安心なさい。あなたは学校の生徒を巻き込みたくないと思ってるし、私だってここを戦場にするのは願い下げ。ならやることは一つよね。
These are words to test me. Tosaka is telling me. The Holy Grail War. The enemy I said I will fight against. The master who is willing to drag in innocent people in order to win is at this school.
分かってる。この結界を張ったマスターを探し出して何とかしなくちゃいけない。そしてそいつが結界を解かないって言うんなら倒すだけだ。
そういうこと。ちゃんと理解していてくれて安心したわ。じゃあ私は結界を張ったやつを探してみるから、シローは不審な場所をチェックしといて。私も一通り回ったけど見落としがあったかもしれない。シローはそういう得意点を探すのに向いてそうだし、餅は餅やってね。
Tosaka waves her hand and runs into the school building.
そんなこと言われても困る。不審な場所ってどういうところだよ、父さんが。
だからあなた風に言えば空気が甘いところよ。蜜がベッタベタに甘いところを探せばいいの。
She yells back, running. And Tosaka disappears into the school building.
あいついきなり走り出すなんて、やっぱり何考えてるかわからな。
The bell for homeroom rings. Uh-oh.
そういうことか。って気づいてるならなんで教えないんだ、あいつは。
I hold my bag and run full speed. After that incident yesterday, who knows what Fujine will say if I'm late. It's lunchtime. Even though it's only a temporary release from classes, the students run about the school busily.
よし、今なら歩き回っても変に思われない。
I finish lunch in a few minutes and go out into the hallway. This is no time to complain that I've never done anything like this before. The battle has already begun, so I have to find the suspicious places Tosaka was talking about in my own way.
まずは人気のないところが基本かな。
Well, an hour until lunch break ends. I hope I can get good results out of this. They get a whole hour for lunch? I'm so jealous. I didn't get a whole hour for lunch when I was in high school. After checking through the school building, I go outside just in case. There's nothing wrong with the ground or behind the school building, but this area is too different.
まさかここもか。
There were several strange places inside the school building as well. Unpopular places like behind the stairs or within empty classrooms. But this place is different. Far from nobody coming here, this is a place people come every day.
どうして気がつかなかったんだ。異常って言えばここが一番異常じゃないか。
I mutter, grasping my chest. This place is somehow suffocating. The thick wind and moist air aren't just strange. No, once I notice this smell, I actually feel like throwing up.
結界には起点があると遠坂は言ってたな。何箇所あるか知らないが、最初の起点がこの辺りにあるってことか。
Then there should be some sign of it. It's no good. As I have no skill in detecting magical energy, there's no way I can see the sign that's constructing the boundary field. I guess it can't be helped. I'll go and tell Tosaka about this place and...
なんだ、探し物かい、エミヤ。
I turn around at the sudden voice. Standing in front of the deserted archery dojo is...
シンジ。
いや、奇遇だね。僕もその辺りに用があって来たんだけど、君、もしかして見た？
With a grin, Mato Shinji asks this happily.
見たって何を？別にここには何もないぞ。
ああ、やっぱり見たのか。なるほどね。君が遠坂と一緒にいた理由はそれか。そうだよね。マスター同士手を組んだ方が効率がいいもの。
シンジ、お前。
そう警戒するなよエミヤ。僕と君の仲だろ。お互い隠し事はなしにしようじゃないか。君が何を連れているかは知らないけど、君もマスターなんていうひどい役目を押し付けられたんだろ。
Shinji states it clearly without holding anything back. That he, Mato Shinji, is also a master.
まさかお前がマスターなのか、シンジ。
だからそうだって言ってるだろ。ああ、でも勘違いはしないでくれ。僕は誰とも争う気はない。そりゃ襲われたら殺し返すけど、手を出されないうちは黙ってるさ。ほら、この辺りエミヤっぽいだろ、僕も。
Shinji laughs. From his words, there seems to be no doubt that Shinji's a master, but...
まあ、こっちもエミヤがマスターだって知って驚いてるんだ。意外なのはお互い様ってことで、少し話し合わないか？
話し合う？それは構わないが、何を話し合うって言うんだ？
そりゃあ今後のことさ。さっきも言ったけど、僕は戦うつもりはない。けど他はそうでもないんだろ。ならさ、いつか来る災難に備えておかないと不安じゃないか。一人じゃ不安だけど、二人ならなんとかなると思わない？
So in other words, Shinji is asking me to cooperate with him? No. No, do not do that.
こんなところで話をするのもなんだろう。誰に聞かれるともわからないし、場所を変えよう。そうだね。僕の家がいい。あそこなら遠坂の目も届かないし、襲われても安心だ。
場所を変えるって何言ってんだ。昼休みももう終わるし、話があるなら。
バカ？授業なんてサボればいいじゃん。ほら、いいから行こう。エミヤがマスターって知って嬉しいんだから、あまり水を差さないでよね。
そんなわけにいくか。授業を抜け出したら不審に思われるだろう。
融通が利かないやつだな。ああ、そうか。それはそうだよね。普通は警戒する。けど安心しなよ。何があってもこっちから仕掛けることはないさ。ほら、僕が騙し討ちなんかするように見えるかい？
Yes. Yes, Shinji, that's exactly what you look like.
ああ、そうか。確かにおいそれとはついていけないな、それは。
まあいいさ。そっちだってサーバントを連れてるんだろ。そんな危ない相手に喧嘩なんて仕掛けないよ。
Does Shinji think I have Saber with me? No, that's wrong. Shinji couldn't see his servant in spirit form. That's why he's wrongly guessing that I have Saber with me right now.
いいから行くよ。遠坂に見つかったら僕も君もただじゃ済まないんだから。
Reminds you of a smaller Joseph Joestar, but more bad appearance-wise. You know, I could see it. He's like... more like Jonathan, actually. He's like opposite Jonathan. Anyways, saying that, Shinji starts to walk away. I guess I have to follow him. I'm interested in what Shinji has to say, so I'll skip the afternoon classes. We go up the hill road, the Western-style houses on the opposite side to my house. I guess Tosaka's house is at the top, but I recall that Mato's house is a bit further below, as if avoiding public eyes. It's an amazing building as always. I came here to play a few times during middle school, but I haven't even been near it recently. I haven't been invited since I became estranged from Shinji, and most of all, Sakura didn't like me coming to this house. Even though it's daytime, it's dim inside the house. This building is made so that sunlight cannot enter it, and there aren't many lights in here. I'm exaggerating, but you'd walk into the wall if you're not used to this place.
エミヤ、こっちだ。今にいるから早く来いよ。
I don't know when he went in, but I can hear Shinji's voice from the inner room. Even though it's been a year, my body still remembers this place and I make my way to the living room without getting lost. There's no kind of light in the living room either. The curtains are closed and the sunlight is blocked off. There are no artificial lights and the living room is in the dark. The Matos are truly just determined to make their house as creepy as humanly possible.
エミヤ、こっちだ。
I look over in the direction of the voice. There's Shinji sitting in a chair, and a figure of a woman like crystallized darkness.
紹介しよう。僕のサーバント、ライダーだ。
I feel a chill. It's so bad that the back of my neck hurts like it's been slashed.
二人だけで話をするんじゃなかったのか、シンジ。
I back up a bit and manage to say that.
やだな、用心だよ。エミヤが襲いかかってきたら怖いからね。ライダーにはすぐ近くにいてもらわないと。
Stretching his hand out, Shinji touches his black-clothed servant. I'm going to say that because the wording is a bit awkward. His black-clothed servant, Ryder. I hate this man. He caresses from her waist down to her thighs as if tasting them. Ryder does not move at all. She stands there like a statue and keeps watch on me with her covered eyes. It can't just be an illusion that it feels like she sees even my fingertips shivering.
人を連れてきてそれか。用心深いにも程があるんじゃないのか、シンジ。
冗談だってば。エミヤはそういうのができるやつじゃないって分かってるよ。まあけどお前のサーバントは別だからね。僕だってこいつをしつけるのには苦労したんだ。サーバントがマスターの命令に従わないってのは珍しいことじゃないだろう。だからさ、これはちょっとした牽制だと思ってくれ。
Get a job! Get away from her! A servant that doesn't obey its master. Certainly, Ryder in front of me is different from Saber. Saber is quiet but not cold-hearted. But I can only feel coldness from Ryder. A human lacking humanity. A black figure like discolored blood. She doesn't seem like a servant or a heroic spirit. She's so inorganic with no sense of lightness.
ライダーは俺のサーバントへの牽制か。あんまりいい気分じゃないな。
ごめんごめん。何分こっちは素人だからさ。エミヤみたいに慣れてるってわけじゃないんだ。そのあたりは勘弁してくれ。
俺だって慣れているわけじゃないけどな。
そうなのか。なんだ。なら君も呼び出せばいいじゃないか。その方がお互い理解し合えるし、すごく公平だ。ああ、うんうん。それがいい、それがいい。ねえエミヤ。僕のも見せたんだからさ。君のサーバントも見せてくれない？
So Shinji is wrongly guessing that Saber is with me. It'd be best to let him keep thinking that.
断る。そっちが牽制してくれるならそれでいいだろう。話し合いならそれで十分だ。
何それ。あのさ、僕が見たいって言ってるんだよ。何気取ってるか知らないけど、言うこと聞いといた方がいいんじゃないの？
なら話はここまでだ。別にサーバントの見せ合いをしに来たんじゃない。そんなことが目的だったんならここで帰る。
そうかよ。使えないやつだな、相変わらず。
Shinji comments discontentedly and leans back in his chair.
いいよ、本題に入ろう。と言っても話すべきことなんて一つだけだけどね。うん。さっきも言ったけど、僕と協力しないか、エミヤ。マスターになったものの聖杯戦争っていうのがどんなものか知らなくてさ。一人でいるよりは信用できるやつと手を組みたいんだ。
My cat's laying here, so I reached over and pet her, and she just so baby.
待った。その前に俺も聞きたいことがある。返事をするのはそれからだ。
何？僕がどうしてマスターになったかってこと？
I nod. As far as I know, Shinji isn't a magus. I have to know how someone like that became a master, or I can't cooperate at all.
マスターは魔術師であることが大前提だと聞いた。俺も未熟ながら魔術をかじっていて、偶然サーバントと契約してマスターになったんだが、 シンジも偶然サーバントを呼び出して聖杯戦争に巻き込まれたのか。
If that's the case, we're the same. I won't easily be able to refuse his proposal of cooperation if that's the case.
へえ、エミヤは偶然マスターになったのか。そうなんだ。よかった。それなら納得できる。
Shinji smiles delightedly.
ま、僕も似たようなものかな。本人の意思に反してマスターになってしまったという点では同じだ。けど勘違いするなよ。僕はマスターが何であるか知っていたし、聖杯戦争のことだって前から知っていた。マトウの家はね、お前の家なんかとは違うれっきとした魔術師の家系なんだからさ。
The motto is a lineage of magi?
聞いてないぞそんなの。待てよ、それじゃあシンジと。
His sister Sakura knows magic too?
落ち着けよエミヤ。マトウ家はね、魔術師の家系ではあるけど、もう枯れてしまった一族なんだ。マトウの先祖は遠坂の家と一緒にこの土地にやってきたらしいが、日本の土が合わなかったんだってさ。代を重ねるごとに魔術回路ってやつ、それが減っていって、僕が生まれた時にはもうマトウの血筋は一般人に戻ってしまったそうだ。だからマトウの人間は魔術師じゃない。昔魔術師であった家系なだけなんだ。
昔は魔術師だった。それじゃあ今は知識だけが残っているのか。
ああ、残念ながらね。けど魔術回路がなくなったって魔術を学ぶことに変わりはない。マスターのことも聖杯戦争のことも調べればすぐに分かった。突然マスターに選ばれてこうやって落ち着けるのも先代の教えがあったからなのさ。
I see. I became a master and understood the Holy Grail War because of Tosaka. Similarly, Shinji understood his situation because of the literature passed down his family.
つまりシンジは魔術の知識だけを教えられてきたんだな。ならさくらも同じように魔術を習ってきたのか。
はあ、はあ、もう本当に何も知らないんだな君。いいかい、古い家柄の魔術師は一人にしか秘術を伝えないんだ。子供が二人いたら跡取りにするのは長男だけだよ。一つのものを二つに分けたら力が薄まるだろう。10の魔術を一つの結晶にして残していき、血をより濃くしていくのが魔術師だ。いくら肉親だからって安売りはしないのさ。だから魔術師の家系はね、跡取り以外に魔術は教えない。後継者に選ばれなかった子供は自分の家が魔術を学ぶものだと知らずに育てられるか養子に出すっていうのがセオリーなのさ。
そうか、それならよかった。
I'm glad. Sakura is a girl who should stay in a peaceful world without magic. I can't let her get involved in a battle that forces you to kill others without reason.
さあ、これで分かっただろエミヤ。僕はマスターになったものの魔術には疎い。君はそうだね、少しは使えるって言うけど知識の方は素人同然だ。ほらちょうどいいと思わないか。勝手にマスターにさせられた者同士協力しようよ。
それは構わないが、確認するけどそれは身を守るためなんだなシンジ。
いや、それもあるけどまずは当面の敵を叩かないとまずいんじゃない。僕なんか彼女から目の敵にされてるみたいだしさ。
目の敵にされてる？まさかお前それ遠坂のこと言ってるのか。
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。そうでもなければ僕を邪険にするものか。
Dude, she's just not into you.
いいか、あいつは他のマスターを許さないやつだぞ。そんなの一緒にいるエミヤだってわかるだろう。 けどさ、何の物好きか知らないけど、遠坂は君に気を許している。あの隙のない女がだぜ。ほら、倒すには絶好の機会だと思わない？
Saying that, Shinji puts out his hand as if asking for a handshake. Ooh, status screen updated. Huh, I thought it would have info on Ryder. Oh, here it is. Duh, I was on the Noble Phantasm tab for some reason. Ryder, Master, Mato Shinji. Female, Chaotic Good, Strength C, Endurance E, Agility B. Magical Energy B, Luck D, and Noble Phantasm A+. Class abilities: Magic Resistance B. Nullifies all magic that requires less than 3 verses. It is difficult to hurt her, even using great magic or ritual magic. Riding A+. Ability to ride things. Can ride even demonic and holy creatures if they are beasts. This, however, does not include dragons. Yeah, she is 172 centimeters tall, which is... hold on, I need to convert it. A little under 5'8", which is honestly not extremely tall, but she's got a complex about her height anyways, and she is one of the taller female characters, like, in the entire franchise. Details, skills, Noble Phantasm, no info. I love you, Ryder. I love Ryder. Alright. I won't cooperate with such an approach. No, I can't. If Shinji really wants to protect himself, he should talk to Tosaka too, and not just me. And...
Shinji, 聖杯戦争を管理している奴がいるのは知ってるか？
ああ、教会の神父だってね。前回の生き残りだって言うけど、うるさそうだから会ってないよ。
I mean, you're not wrong.
僕は魔術師じゃないんだから、魔術師としてのルールなんて押し付けられるのは面倒じゃない？
That's contradictory. If he wants to really stop fighting, he should go and see Kotomine first.
シンジ、学校に結界が貼ってあることは知っているのか？
知ってるよ。僕にはわからないけど、ライダーが教えてくれた。それがどうしたっていうのさ。
あれはお前じゃないのか？遠坂は学校にいるマスターの仕業だと言っていたけど。
Someone who looks that cool shouldn't be around this off-brand Joestar. Oh, agreed.
ああ、あれは僕じゃないよ。確かにあの学園にはもう一人マスターがいるから、そいつの仕事じゃないの。
遠坂は一人しかいないと言っていたぞ。
遠坂を信用しすぎるのもなんだけどね。ま、それは別にしても、あいつは間違ってるよ。遠坂が探っている気配は魔術回路ってやつなんだろ？なら僕は彼女が感知できるマスターじゃない。だって元から魔術回路なんてないんだから。初めからさ、僕は普通のマスターたちのレーダーに映らない存在なんだよ。
I see. The presence of a Magus, the presence of the command spell, they're both things activated by magical energy. Then, if someone without magical energy becomes a master, the only way to identify them is to actually see them. Tosaka's method of searching for people with magical energy would not only overlook Shinji as a master, but she wouldn't even notice him at all. It's because Shinji does not have the presence of a master that Tosaka is searching for.
そうか。そうなると、今遠坂が感知しているマスターっていうのは他にいるんだろう。
I should go home and warn Tosaka about that. then there's no reason to stay here anymore.
おいエミヤ、協力の話はどうなんだよ。
それは断る。遠坂を倒すなんて相談には乗らない。第一、あいつは何もしていないだろう。あいつとはいずれ戦うことになるけど、今は信頼できるし、していたいんだ。
何かあってからじゃ遅いと思うけどね。まあそういうならいい。僕も君と同じく様子を見るさ。
Surprisingly, Shinji seems to have given up. He doesn't try to stop me from going home, and he doesn't try to make Ryder attack me. He's a really difficult person. He acts like this, but he seems to try to be fair in his own way.
なあ、シンジ。しつこいようだけど、さくらはお前のことを知ってるのか？
No, you're right, Weave.
知らないし、教えてやるつもりもない。マトウの跡取りは僕だからね。さくらには何も知らないまま、僕の妹でいさせてやるさ。
助かる。さくらにはあのままでいてほしい。
そうか。そこまでさくらの心配をされちゃ、兄貴として礼をしないとね。よし、一ついいことを教えてやるよ、エミヤ。誰だかは知らないけど、マスターの一人は寺に巣を張ってるよ。
寺って、まさか竜道寺にか？
ああ、僕のサーバントが言うには、山には魔女が潜んでいるそうだ。大規模に魂を集めているそうだから、早めに叩かないと厄介らしい。
If that's true, that is the fifth one. And if that one is collecting souls on a large scale, there's a high probability that it is the cause of the story on this morning's news.
話はそれだけだよ。
Wonder if you could shake him and steal Ryder? I wonder.
それじゃあライダー、送ってやってよ。いいかい？エミヤは味方だから、傷つけるんじゃないぞ。
So ordered by Shinji, Ryder approaches me.
いや、それは。
遠慮するなって。家を出るまでは僕の責任なんだから。怪我をされたら困る。ああ、ライダー。送るのは玄関まででいいからな。外にさえ出てくれたら、僕とは無関係だから。
Shinji retreats into the back room. I look silently at Ryder. Ryder, covered in black clothes, doesn't say anything. But surprisingly, looking at her closely, I notice that she has clean features. The long purple hair reaching to the ground only reminds me of the smell of blood. But at the same time, I understand it's really beautiful. She's wearing this outfit, so it's embarrassing to directly stare at her. But can it be that her outfit doesn't match her face? Fun fact. Fun fact. So, you see this outfit Ryder's wearing? This is not her sense of fashion. Ryder is actually very, very modest, and she's actually very insecure about her body. Her casual outfit in later appearances is just like jeans and a turtleneck. But the reason she wears this mini dress is because it's a hand-me-down from her older sisters. And her older sisters are like super petite and short and tiny. So this was like a normal dress on them. But on her it's a mini dress. I just think that's very funny. To put it in a phrase, She's a shrine maiden covered in blood. That contradictory appearance of one who is both holy and evil is this servant called Ryder.
というか
Are all heroic spirits beautiful? She really stole her older sister's height. I don't think she would see it that way, because the reason she's insecure is because she is from a time and culture where being petite was more desirable for women. Or at least, I don't know if that's actually true, but that is most certainly what her sisters led her to believe. So, they bullied her a lot for being tall and curvy. I think so, while looking up at Ryder's face out of curiosity. Hey, Ryder's tall for a girl. See, so back when we were cringe. Ryder must be at least 170 centimeters tall. Suffering from success. Truly. This is no time to calmly observe Ryder. It's a problem to be alone with Ryder, so I should get out of this place quickly. Ryder really follows me out to the entrance. I wonder. She doesn't feel alive, but she might answer me if I talk to her. Should we say something to her? I feel like the answer is probably gonna be yes, but... Alright, let's talk to Ryder.
ライダー、さっきのシンジの話は本当なのか?
I call out to her, not expecting a response. There's no change in Ryder. Her hair flutters in the wind. Come on, give us that beautiful ASMR voice.
だよな。悪かった。敵同士なのにつまんないこと聞いちまって。
I raise my hand to thank her and exit. Then,
嘘ではありません。あの山に魔女が住んでいるのは真実です。
oh, the beautiful dulcet tones of Yu Asakawa. So, for the Vocaloid fans in chat, Ryder's voice actress is Yu Asakawa, who is also the voice provider for Luca Megarine. Fun fact for you.
ライダ
挑むのならば気をつけなさい。あの魔女は男性というものを知り尽くしていますから。
Ryder talks without interest. I notice myself getting drawn in by her voice and quickly shake my head.
まあ、その忠告ありがとう。それとシンジのことをよろしく頼む。あいつはああいうやつだからさ。あんたが守ってやってくれ。
Beautiful voice for a beautiful woman. So true. I'm taken aback, but I manage a reply. That must have sounded funny.
人がいいのですね、あなたは。シンジが懐柔しようというのもわかります。
Ryder smiles a bit and returns to the house after saying so. I descend the hill and return to the intersection. If I head up to the residential district on the other side, I will be heading home, but...
竜道寺にマスターがいるか。
An hour's walk to the mountain. Taking the mountainside road, one can reach the mountain gate that leads to Ryudo Temple. The Ryudo Temple is a large temple up on the mountain, as big as our school. Its cemetery is large, but more than that, it's a small world made up of 50 practicing monks. The people of the town are helped by the people of Ryudo Temple, but they also honor it as a sacred place that is not to be visited lightly.
そういえば、ここ最近竜道寺には行ってないな。
ever since I went there last summer to stay there as mental training. The temple's life gets really hard during the winter, so I was thinking about returning there during the winter.
午後の授業をボイコットした男がこんなところで何をしている
Speaking of the Ryudo Temple, here is the son of the temple himself. Speaking of the devil, or whatever, I run into Ryudo Temple's successor, Ryudo Issei.
よ、学校もう終わったのか？
終わったとも生徒会でやることもないので帰ってきたのだが何かあったのか見たところお山を眺めていたようだが
The real Shiro GF. For real, for real. Shiro's one true love, Issei.
ああ、別に何かあったわけじゃない。なんとなく家に帰りたくなっただけだ。
なんとなくで授業を休まれては教師は商売上がったりだ。で、なぜお山なんぞを拝んでおったのかと聞いているのだが
Issei root, when?
ちょっとな。伊勢、一つ聞くけど、最近さ、なんか変わったことないか？
変動など左半時だが、さりとて劇的な境地に至ることもなし。お山は日々これ平穏。しかるに平穏こそ日常よ。
悪い伊勢、真面目な話をしているんだ。
失礼な。こっちだって真面目だぞ。
みたいだな。ならいいんだ。取り越し苦労だった。
わかればよい。俺がエミヤ相手にふざけるものか。
With a cough, Issei calms down.
だが、変化があるといえばあるのだが、どうしたものかな。
変化って寺にか？
ああ、お山ではなくうちの空気が浮ついている。親父殿の知り合いらしいのだが、少しばかり厄介な客人を迎えていてな。これが結構な美人であるから始末が悪い。まったく皆も女一人に何を騒いでいるのやら。
女って竜道寺って尼さんいたっけ？
おらぬ。訳ありでな。祝言まで部屋を貸し与えているのだが、いや、これが確かに美しい人でな。井戸から水を汲む姿など、俺でも目を奪われるほどだ。
Caster so beautiful that she overcomes Issei's homosexuality confirmed.
訳ありってどういうわけだよ。って伊勢、おーい、俺の話聞こえてるか？
いかん。だから女性はいけないんだ。女性は式よく立つべし。落ち着け一斉。
The student council president starts to recite Buddhist scriptures. Jeez, he's so serious, so he's hard to deal with when he gets like this.
もしもーし、大丈夫か伊勢？
問題ない。修行不足なのでより精進したいと思う。
I guess he still didn't hear me as he disappears into the back of the town. The sun is already setting by the time I reach my house. I'm home first just like yesterday. Sakura and Fujine will be here soon, and Tosaka should be back too.
シンジから聞いた話は、さくらと藤姉が帰ってからだな。
There's no point in talking about it when those two are here. That decided, I have to go and prepare dinner. Tosaka got me yesterday, and I have to try and put Fujine in a better mood. Cooking takes time and effort before love. If I am to go for a sure win, I will have to spend twice as much time. So, after all that, what happened is...
ふーんで何よ負けてないんだから。遠坂さんのバカいじめっ子。
The only two two straight people in Fate are Shinji and Kotomine. I don't know about Kirei. I mean, have you seen the way he interacts with a certain stuck-up gold dude? I was trying to think of a vague way to describe him.
ですから私が言っているのは料理の味じゃありません。その藤村先生曰く今までで一番美味しい夕食なんですから、みんなに分け与えた方がいいんじゃないかって話です。
言ってることが違うと思う。
Honestly, I'm not too sure about Shinji either. Because there are some times when the way he interacts with Shiro is very reminiscent of, like, a jealous ex-boyfriend.
東坂さん、シロの作ったご飯はあんまり食べたくないって言ったじゃない。
それは朝だけの話です。夕飯はきちんととりますし、そもそも夕食は私とエミヤくんとの交代制なんですから、私が食べるのは当然の権利じゃないですか。それが嫌だというのでしたら、明日からは藤村先生が代わってください。
的確に急所をついてくるその性格、くそ、こんなひどい教え子だとは思わなかったよ。
Fujine reluctantly returns the pot to the table. And so, the specially prepared rice returns to the table safely.
な、藤根。今日は山ほど飯作ったんだから、別にがっつく必要なんかないぞ。
Munch, munch.
そうですね。でも先輩、これはちょっと作りすぎかなとか。
Munch, munch.
ええ。4人分の樽を2段重ねというのは明らかに重量過多です。
I don't know about that, Saber. I think you count for multiple people on your own. Munch,
あ
munch.
れじゃない、おひつ。いいんだよ。今日のメインはご飯なんだから多めに作っても。余ったらおにぎりにするから、明日の昼飯にもなるし。
Munch, munch.
それ私の分もいい？私チャーハンは好きじゃないんだけど、これは別格。ねえねえ、なんかいろいろ入ってるけど何入れたわけ？
Munch, munch.
基本的にはキノコの炊き込みご飯ですよね。油物を混ぜる代わりに柚子で香りを取ってるあたり細かいです。
Munch, munch.
いいもん。こうなったら私一人で空にするんだから見てなさいよ。
Fujine must have given up taking the pot for herself as she starts to eat really fast. She empties her bowl quickly and asks for more in no time.
いいけど、そんなに急がなくてもなくならないぞ、藤根。
いいの。シロのご飯は私が食べるんだから。昨日今日やってきた人にはあげないもん。
She snatches away the bowl. I don't get it. Sakura is smiling awkwardly, Tosaka is ignoring Fujine, and Saber is eating her food. I put in a lot of effort to make this, but it might have had the opposite of the desired effect. The dinner that was supposed to have Tosaka admit defeat ends loudly because of Fujine's strange actions.
それじゃあ先輩、失礼しますね。
おう、藤根、さくらをよろしくな。
はいはい、分かってるから安心なさい。
Stepping lightly, Fujine holds Sakura's hand.
何シロ、なんか不思議そうな顔してるけど。
そりゃ不思議だ。普通人間はあれだけ食うと身動きが取れなくなる。
そうかな。苦しかったけど飲み込んじゃえばなんとかなるものよ。
So you should realize the problem is that there's no limit to that, Tiger. just as one would expect from a wild tiger. If possible, I don't want it accidentally trespassing into human society.
じゃ、また明日な。夜更かしするなよ、二人とも。
おやすみなさい先輩。
おやすみシロ。
I see the two off and return to the living room. I said I had to talk to them after dinner, so Tosaka and Saber are waiting in the living room with serious expressions.
お疲れ様。それで話っていうのは何？
他のマスターの話だ。聞いてほしいことがある。
Saber raises her brows a bit. As a servant, she must prefer battles where she uses her sword to these peaceful days. But her wounds shouldn't have healed yet. The wound on her chest made by Lancer's noble phantasm isn't something even Saber can heal quickly. Thinking about that makes me hesitate telling them about Shinji. I feel the same way as Shinji. I want to avoid starting fights, and I think the girl in front of me swinging a sword is a disparate image.
シロ、話があるのではないのですか？
ああ、そうだな。率直に言うとだな。今日、ライダーとそのマスターに会ってきた。
ライダーのマスターに会ってきたっていつの話よそれ。
そんなバカな。一人で敵のマスターに会うなどと自分の身を何と考えているのですか？
待て、落ち着けってば。大丈夫、怪我なんてしていないから、そう怒らないでくれ。
怒るななどと、いえ、私は怒ってなどいません。シロの行動に呆れているだけです。
右に同じ。まあ済んだことを言っても始まらないわ。それでどういうことなのよシロ。
Tosaka and Saber glare at me with obvious anger in their eyes. Jeez. I thought they would say something about me being thoughtless, but I didn't think they would get this mad.
会ったのは今日の午後だ。話し合いをするっていうから付き合っただけで、別に戦ったわけじゃない。
見ればわかるわ。で、ライダーのマスターはどんなやつだったの？
どんなやつかって、シンジだよ。学校で結界を探っていたら声をかけられてな。話があるからついてこいって、マトウの家まで行ったんだ。
シンジって本当にシンジ？
ああ、ライダーもシンジに従ってたし、聖杯戦争も知ってたさ。なんでもマトウは由緒正しい魔術師の家系なんだって。
ああ、それはそうだけど、そんなはずないのよ。マトウの家は先代でもう枯渇しているはずだもの。何があろうとマトウの子供に魔術回路はつかない。これは絶対よ。
Tosaka declares so. If so, Shinji and Sakura really must not have magic circuits.
ああ、シンジもそう言っていた。けど、知識だけは残ってたんだと。長男であるシンジにしか教えなかったそうだから、さくらは知らないとか。要するにさ、俺と似たタイプのマスターなんだよ、あいつ。自分には魔力がないから、遠坂の感知にも引っかからないとか言ってたぞ。
そう、まずったわね。確かにそういうケースだってあるか。魔導書が残っているんならマスターになるぐらいはできるだろうし。もうそれじゃあ私の行動ってあいつに筒抜けだったんだ。バカ。
Tosaka is mumbling, reflecting on her actions. Tosaka is close to perfect, but I think there are a few things missing. Unfortunately, they're the most crucial ones.
私のミスだわ。シンジのことはしっかりマークしておくべきだった。知っていたら結界を張らせるなんてこともなかったのに。
いや、学校の結界はシンジじゃないって言ってたぞ。学校にはもう一人マスターがいるんだとさ。
ええ、それはそうでしょうね。学校にはまだ一人私たちの知らないマスターがいるのは明白よ。けどシロ、あなたまさか結界を張ってないっていうシンジの言葉を信じてるの？
いや、そこまでお人よしじゃない。シンジが学校にいる以上、半分の割合でシンジの仕業だと思う。あとの半分はまだ正体が知れないマスターだろ。
半分ね。その時点で大したお人よしだと思うけどまあそれはそれでいいわ。そういう余分なところがあなたの味だし、だからこそシンジは正体を明かしたんだろうしさ。まあいいわ。それでシンジと何を話したのよ、あなた。
手を組まないかだとさ。シンジも戦うつもりはないらしい。だから顔見知りとなら協力したいって風だったけど。
シロ、あなたまさかシンジと。
いや、断るだろう普通。俺もう遠坂と手を組んでるし。返事をするにしたってちゃんと遠坂に話を通さないとダメじゃないか。
うん、それはそうだけど、でも断ったって言った？
ああ、さっきはああ言ったけど、シンジへの返答は俺の独断でやっちまった。遠坂の耳に入れるような話でもなかったし。それともやっぱり早まったのか俺。
別にシロの判断は正しいんじゃない？まああんた個人にお呼びがかかったんなら私が文句を言う筋合いでもないけどさ。
The way she mumbles so isn't like Tosaka at all.
シンジからの話はそれだけだよ。俺の見た限りじゃライダーもそう強力なサーバントでもなかった。バーサーカーは言うに及ばず、ランサーより威圧感はなかったと思う。ライダー本人も思ったよりまともだった。
She may be a 3-star, but she's a 5-star in my heart.
マスターがそう実感したのなら確かでしょう。ですがサーバントの進化は手にした宝具に左右されます。ライダーが何者であるか判明するまでは油断はしないようにしろ。
ああ、ライダーがどこの英雄かは全くわからなかった。ほら、ランサーとかバーサーカーはいかにも英雄って感じじゃないか。ライダーにはそれがなくて、どこか普通のサーバントとは違う気がした。
普通のサーバントとは違うですか？私には分かりませんが、リンならシローの違和感が説明できますか？
ああ、理屈だけならわかるわよ。サーバントがどんな英霊かは呼び出されたマスターに左右されるって話。結構似た者同士になるのよ、マスターとサーバントは。つまり高潔な人物がマスターなら、それに近い霊格をした英霊が召喚される。逆に言えば心に深い傷を持った人間が英霊を呼び出せば、同じように傷を負った英霊が現れるわ。シローがライダーに感じた違和感はそれでしょうね。いびつな心を持つマスターは時として英雄ではなく英霊に近いだけの怨霊を呼び出してしまうのよ。
英霊に近い怨霊？それってまさか前に遠坂が言っていた？
ええ、血を見るのが大好き、人殺しなんて何とも思わないような暴虐者よ。実際残忍さだけが伝承に残っている英雄だっているんだから、そういうやつがサーバントになってもおかしくはないわ。
Is that so? Certainly, I could only smell blood on Ryder, but she didn't seem like a bloodthirsty killer.
まあライダーのことはそれだけだ。最後にもう一つあるんだけど、これが一番重要かもしれない。なんでもさ、ライダーの話じゃ竜道寺にもマスターがいるらしい。そいつは町中の人間から魔力を集めているそうなんだけど、この話二人はどう思う？
竜道寺？竜道寺ってあの山のてっぺんにある寺のこと？
だからそうだって。なんだ、思い当たる節でもあるのか遠坂？
まさかその逆よ。竜道寺なんて行ったことないもの。どんなマスターか知らないけど、そんな偏僻なところに陣取ろうなんて思わないわよ普通。
だよな。俺も竜道寺にいるって聞いた時は驚いた。 いくら人目につかないって言っても寺には大勢の坊さんが生活しているんだ。怪しい真似をしたらすぐに騒ぎになると思う。
いまいち信用できないわね、その話。仮にそうだとしても竜道寺って郊外のさらに郊外にあるんでしょ。そこから深山と神と両方に手を伸ばすなんて大魔術っていうより魔力の無駄遣いよ。集めた魔力を使ってもそんな大規模な術は不可能だもの。
Oh, Rin. You are not considering all possibilities. Then Tosaka starts to think with a troubled face. I'm relying on Tosaka's opinion, so there's nothing I can do until she talks again.
いえ、シロウの話は信憑性が高い。あの寺院を抑えたのならその程度の魔術は自然に行えるのですから。
セイバー、あの寺院って竜道寺のことを知ってるのか？まだ連れてったことないぞ、俺。
忘れたのですか、シロウ。私は前回も聖杯戦争に参加しています。この町のことは熟知していますし、あの寺院が落ちた霊脈ということも知っています。
落ちた霊脈？ちょっと待って、それってうちのことよ。なんだって一つの土地に地脈の中心点が2つもあるっていうのよ。
それは私にも分かりませんが、とにかくあの寺は魔術師にとって神殿とも言える土地です。この地域の命脈が流れ落ちる場所と聞きますから、魂を集めるには絶好の拠点となるでしょう。魔術師は自然の流れに手を加えるだけで町中から生命力を回収できる。
そんな話初めて聞いたわ。けど確かにそれなら町の人間から生命力をかすめ取っていくこともできるわよね。
要するに霊的に優れた土地ってことだろ。そんなの当然じゃないか。そうでもないところに寺なんて建てないぞ。
そんなの当たり前じゃない。言われなくても分かってるわよ。
Wind summoned by woman.
だよな。昔から寺とか神社ってのは神がかる場所に建てて町を守るものだ。坊さんは神仏に祈って幸を与えるんじゃなくて鬼門を封じて災いを退ける。その線で言えば竜道寺のあるお山が特別な場所ってのは当然だろう。
You went to get food and coffee? I think you missed Ryder. I'm so sorry.
おい、まさかとは思うが、お前竜道寺をお飾りの寺だとでも思ってたのか？
Yeah, we met Ryder earlier, and you weren't in chat at all. You weren't saying anything, so I assume you weren't here.
そうよ、悪い？今まであるだけの寺だと思ってたわよ。あの寺には実践派の砲術師がいないんだから。
実践派の砲術師？なんだそれ。
度胸や心身、祈願以外で霊を成仏させる連中のこと。各社は神仏の力だけで事をなすそうだけど、修行が浅い僧侶は神仏に届かないから、私たちみたいに自身の力を上乗せして術をなすの。そういう連中が集まって組織みたいになってるのがあるのよ、この国には。私たちとは相入れない連中だから詳しくは知らないけどさ。そんなことより寺のことよ。あの寺が霊脈だとしたら、まず真っ先に抑えようとするのがマスターでしょ。おかしいじゃない。なんで他の連中はそんな場所を見逃しているのよ。
いや、だから竜道寺があるからだろ。悪用されないように見張ってるんだって。
竜道寺の僧侶はみんな純粋な修行僧じゃない。私たちみたいに外れた連中じゃないんだから、そんな人たちを丸め込むぐらいマスターなら造作もないわ。
いいえ、リン、それは違う。確かにマスターならばあの寺院を制圧するのはたやすいでしょう。しかしあの山にはマスターにとって都合の悪い結界が張られているのです。
私たちに都合の悪い結界？
はい。 あの山には自然霊以外を排除しようとする法術が働いている。生身の人間に影響はありませんが、私たちサーバントには文字通り鬼門なのです。
自然霊以外を排除する。それじゃあサーバントはあの山には入れないってこと？
入れないことはありませんが、能力は低下するでしょう。足を踏み入れるたびに近づいてはならないという令示を受けるようなものですから。
それじゃあどうやって竜道寺のマスターはサーバントを維持しているのよ。
いえ、寺院の中に入ってしまえば結界はありません。元より結界とは寺院を守る境界線と聞きます。結界は外来者を拒むだけのものですから、それ以上の能力はありません。
じゃあなんとか中に入ってしまえばサーバントを律する法術はないってこと？けどおかしいな。そんな風に寺院を密閉させたら地脈そのものが止まるじゃない。せめて一本ぐらい道を開けておかないと地脈の中心点にはなりえないんじゃない？
はい、寺院の道理で言えば正しい門から来訪した者は拒めません。その教えに従っているのか、寺に続く参道にだけは結界が張れないと聞きました。あの寺院は正門のみ、私たちサーバントを律する力が働いていないのです。
Not just to meet Caster, but also talking about the gate. Come on, give me my man. I love assassin.
そりゃそうよね。すべての門を閉じたら中の空気がよどむもの。ただ一つだけ作られた正門か。
私が教えられることはそれだけです。では結論を。マスターがいると判明したのですから、取るべき手段は一つだけだと思いますが。
We will be meeting Assassin tonight, by the way. I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes tell me that since the location of the enemy is known, all that's left is to attack. But
私はパス。どうにもわなくさいし、正直それだけの情報じゃ動けないわ。相手のホームグラウンドに行くんなら、せめてどんなサーバントを連れているのか判明するまで待つべきよ。
意外ですね。リンならば戦いに赴くと思ったのですが。
As the proud owner of an NP3 level 120 Bond 10 almost 11 Enkidu and an NP5 level 100 also Bond 10 Ereshkigal, I'm going to have to agree on Lancers being very good.
侮ってもらって結構よ。こっちはアーチャーがまだ本調子じゃないし、しばらくは傍観するわ。
わかりました。それではシロ、私たちだけで寺院に赴きましょう。
Saber says this as if it is the natural thing to do. But that's... Alright, let me see... We did not receive a $5 super chat. So, sadly, we will be skipping this particular bad end. And we will not be fighting.
いや、俺も遠坂と同じだ。まだあそこには手を出さない方がいい。
あなたまで戦わないというのですか。バカな。今まで体を休めていたのは何のためです。敵の所在が判明した以上、打って出るのが戦いというものでしょう。
それは分かってる。けど待つんだ、セイバー。竜道寺にいるマスターがそこまで用意周到なやつなら絶対に罠を張っている。そこに何の策もなしで飛び込むのは自殺行為だ。
Me saying Bond level 100 something something. You like your funny words, Magic Man. So, in Fate Grand Order, NP level, referring to Noble Phantasm level, is basically like the same as like a constellation. You know, you get another copy of the character, it raises their Noble Phantasm level. It goes up to NP5. Servant level, the absolute maximum you can raise a servant level to is 120, but to get it up that high takes a lot of very limited resources. So getting a servant up to level 120 is a massive, massive investment. And their bond level kind of works like friendship levels. The soft cap, I guess you could say, is bond level 10, and then you can raise it up to 15, I believe. Again, using very limited resources, and it's a huge investment.
遠坂の言う通り、せめてアーチャーが回復するまで待つべきだと思う。
So basically, I was saying I have a couple of extremely well-invested Lancers.
そのような危険は当然です。初めから無傷で勝利を得ようなどと思ってはいません。敵の罠が体を貫こうと、この首を渡さなければ戦える。どのような深手を負おうと、マスターさえ倒せればいいのではないのですか。
バカ言うな。怪我をしてもいいなんてそんな話があるか。危険を承知で行くのはいいけど、そんな特攻は馬鹿げてる。俺はマスターとしてセイバーにそんな危険な真似をさせられない。
That's right. Going to the Ryudo Temple is certainly a suicide attack. There will be some obstacle on the only road heading to the temple. There most certainly will. It's fine to accept that and go, but heading there without any plans is suicidal. No matter how strong Saber is, she has me as a handicap. If she pushes herself in fights, and if the result is just like what happened at that time, I can't agree to that. Side note, I really love this CG because of this part right here. The blood forming the outline of her invisible sword. I just think that's such a cool image.
Naniを言うかと思えば。いいですか、マスター。サーバントは傷を負うものです。それを恐れて戦いを避けるなど、私のマスターには許しません。
ああ、許されなくて結構だ。セイバーが無茶をするんなら何度だって止めるからな。それが嫌ならさっさと体を治せって言うんだ。まだ傷が治りきってないんだろ、お前は。
Oh, I love Grailed low stars. I have a level 100 Kogil because that's my baby. A friend of mine has a... I think he might be level 120 at this point. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But a very high level Hector. I love it. Love to see it.
戦闘に支障はありません。傷を理由に戦いを先延ばしにするなどと、そのような気遣いは不要です。
Saber's will to fight does not change. Jeez, why doesn't she understand even after I tell her this much?
ああ、そうかよ。けどな、そう簡単にうなずけるか。以前だってそれでセイバーはバーサーカーにやられちまったんだろ。無理を通して戦って、また俺もお前も共倒れなんて真似を繰り返すつもりか。冗談じゃない。俺はあんな無残に殺されるなんて二度とごめんだ。
So, I thought she would argue right back, but instead, she takes a breath and...
それを言うのは卑怯ではないですか、シロ。
She says as if apologizing.
卑怯で悪かったな。とにかく、こっちから仕掛けることはまだしないぞ。俺だって、竜道寺にいるマスターは放っておけない。けど、俺たちは戦える状態じゃない。こんなんで戦ってやられちまったら、それこそ誰が竜道寺のマスターを止めるんだ。いいか、 こっちから打って出るのはお前の傷が治って万全の状態になってからだ。
わかりました。マスターがそう言うのでしたら。
After answering in a quiet voice, Saber falls silent. The conversation is over. Tosaka has returned to her room, and Saber returns to her room as well. Staying alone in the living room, I really regret what I did. No, it's too late already. I could have put it another way, so why could I only convince her using words that make her look like that? Interlude. It is a quiet, windless night. The time is past midnight. There is nothing moving, and every living thing is asleep. A settled darkness. The town is like a dark sea that only has moonlight to illuminate it. The clouds are moving. There is no wind at ground level. But way up in the sky, the air is roaring and letting the overlapping clouds flow.
風が出るな。
Maybe she can hear the wind. Looking up at the wind in the sky, she mutters quietly. The one standing quietly in the yard, glaring at the sky, is a girl called Saber. Hello! Get out of my face, please. Sorry about that. Her golden hair is beautiful even in the dark night, and her clear green eyes are watching the appearing and disappearing moon. She casts a glance to the corner of the yard. There is an old shed, and her master is sleeping inside it.
あなたが戦わないというのならいい。
A clang. The echo of steel melts into the night without reaching anyone's ears. The moon disappears and appears. In the instant the clouds in the sky float past, the girl's appearance has completely changed. Heavy, hard silver armor. Her figure covered in blue clothes is not something you can call a girl now. Impregnable defenses made from magical energy overpowering others. And an invisible sword, hidden by magical energy beyond human levels. That figure, said to be invincible on the battlefield, proves their existence to this day. Even with the invisible sword, Her Majesty proves that she is an excellent swordsman. That is why she is Saber, the one said to have the greatest power of the seven servants, the hero of the sword. A knight among knights, true to decorum and acting on its master's order. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she is an ideal swordsman who will not disobey her master. But that ends today. She is hereby disobeying her master's order. No, she is not disobeying her master. She has considered how to make her master win, and the result of her decision is this.
彼は甘い。それでは他のマスターに殺されるだけだ。
But her master this time will not be able to fix his personality. So it will be her role to devote herself to being heartless. If the master is not going to fight, his sword will have to fight.
傷は癒えていない。マスターからの魔力供給も期待できない。
Do not start chewing on wires! Cats. But still, there will be no hindrance in battle. Confirming her own abilities, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no more interest in the shed her master is sleeping in. As she has taken arms, the only thing in her is the will to defeat her enemy. The moon glooms. Just as a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the house. She runs through the darkness. The Silver Knight runs through the sleeping town. There is only one destination, the sacred mountain on the outskirts of town, the Ryudo Temple located on top of it. Even Saber understands how hard it will be to single-handedly kill the master at the temple. As SHIROU says, it is obvious she will suffer great injury. In the worst case, she will be the one killed. Oh, I love Mordred. So, Fate Grand Order, at some point relatively recently, I don't even know when it happened, I just kind of noticed that it was available. They gave us our choice of a free permanent 5-star character a while ago. And so, I was stuck choosing between Mordred and Jack. So, I ended up making a poll on my personal Twitter, and I was like, okay, who do I get? Son boy or daughter girl? I ended up getting Mordred. That's my boy. The servant is supported... hold on. But what kind of servant would she be if she couldn't do something like this? The servant is supported by their superior abilities and the pride that they have built up. They have pride as heroes and confidence that they are the strongest, who have fought through many battles. She is a heroic spirit passed down and honored from the ancient times, so defeat will not be acceptable, no matter who the enemy is. No, even imagining defeat is unforgivable. Even though some childish parts remain, she is no exception. Because she is crowned with the name Saber, she cannot ignore her pride. Her pride will not allow her just to observe when faced with an enemy. Therefore, she will not falter no matter what kind of trap is waiting, and all she can do is challenge by herself. Yeah, I have his costume, too. His casual outfit from Apocrypha. So you know I slapped that on him immediately. Because that is such a nice outfit. If they say there is no chance of victory, she will create one with her own sword. The sword in her hand is a fine sword that has defeated many foes. As she has the invisible air, there is nothing for her to fear. She runs through the mountain pass and up the road to the temple. What awaits her after the mountain pass are great stone stairs. This is different from the Ryudo temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is dead. The ley line of the land is already contaminated. This place is a land of death. Once entered, one will not be able to exit alive. But there's no hesitation. Saber's speed does not drop one bit as she runs up the steps. She runs through the scene. The sound of her kicking the stone steps echoes in the air, and the mountain starts to squirm noisily. They are long stairs. The temple gate is far away, even for Saber, who is running like an arrow. To run such a long distance without being detected is impossible. There will certainly be a surprise attack. The gate should not be easily reached. But no matter what scheme awaits, the only thing to do is defeat it and advance. Nothing can stop her now. Even if Berserker appears, she will break through it. That is the product of her determination and confidence. Saber feels so complete that she can break through any obstacles. At the top, when she is about to reach the temple gates, that obstacle appears. Hello, beautiful! Saber stops. Even she, determined to beat any enemy, is surprised by this enemy. A natural motion. The gallant figure of the man that appears is far too lacking in enmity and unbelievably free of any openings. Stopping, Saber readies her invisible sword. The man with the moon at his back wards off Saber's killing intent as if it were just a light breeze.
Samurai ka.
She must be surprised by an opponent she has heard of but never seen before. Her second Holy Grail war. Even for she who has seen many heroic spirits, this is a first for a servant like this. Sweat forms on Saber's brow. Baby girl assassin, so true! Not because of fear, but because it is incomprehensible. It's not as if there haven't been strange servants like him before. There should be no servant more mysterious and suspicious than Archer from last time. In comparison to that, the servant in front of her has no fearful aspects nor a fearful weapon. Kakupo! That is why it is strange. Nothing can be felt from the man. There is no doubt that he is a servant, but there is no sense of any magical energy, nor a hero's noble phantasm. So beating him should be easy. It is true that this match would be over in one blow, but her instincts tell her this. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a way to seize a certain kill. She cannot approach. It could be said that the range of the man's weapon, the Japanese katana, is hard to judge, but above it, Saber's location is at a disadvantage. That isn't a katana. That's... I can't remember the name of the type of sword he uses, but it's way too long to be a katana. Above and below the stairs. There is about 5 meters between them. She would certainly receive that sword before she could run up and rush him. But nothing can be felt from that sword. It should be easy to repel it. So she should not hesitate and rush in, but Saber instinctively understands that she cannot close in without care. She adjusts her stance slightly and glares at the enemy in front of her. Odachi. Yes, that's right. I believe he is wielding an Odachi. His identity is unknown, but she should at least determine the class of this samurai.
Kiko. Sonomi wa ikanaru servant ka?
Saber asks, not expecting an answer. Or Nodachi. One of those things. With a smile.
Assassin no servant, Sasaki Kojiro.
No, that's Kakupo. The servant says so as if singing. It is only natural for Saber to be surprised. Servants should hide their identities. Where in the world would you find a servant that just comes out with it himself? Saber, why are you surprised? You saw Iskandar in the 4th War. Keep on forgetting you have an animated Himeko background for Opera GX. Oh boy.
Kisama, nani wo?
何をとは無粋だな。立ち会いの前に名を明かすのは当然であろう。それがそなたのように峰麗しい相手ならばなおのことだというのに、そのような顔をされるとは心外であった。
Assassin, the man who called himself Sasaki Kojiro, continues, as if enjoying Saber's confusion. Saber surely does not know that this servant is a swordsman who wielded a katana called Monohoshizao, and was often rumored to have no match in this large world. No, what would change even if she knew? His birth is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. His story was only told through word of mouth. There was only one who knew the existence of this swordsman. That being the worthy rival of the rare skilled swordsman, the one being his only enemy who defeated the man called Sasaki Kojiro. One cannot call this person a hero. The servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is in existence quite unlike Saber. What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who is usually not treated as a hero?
だが
There are only two truths in front of her right now. That this man in front of her is her enemy, and that he has given his name.
参りました。名乗られたからにはこちらも名乗り返すのが騎士の礼です。
Saber's voice in reply is heavy. For her, it is too risky to state her true name. She cannot reveal her true name, no matter what torture she receives, and she has no intention of revealing it. But that is only for the sake of victory. She cannot disgrace the faith of the knight for such a thing.
小次郎と言いましたね。アサシンのサーバントよ。私は。
よい。名乗れば名乗り返さねばならぬ相手であったか。いや、無粋な真似をしたのは私であった。
Hang on, I want to check something really quickly. One moment. Just one quick moment. Oh damn, okay. So, Kojiro here has the same Japanese voice actor as Blade. Clank. Assassin descends the stairs elegantly and confronts Saber. At least I think so, hold up. He is voiced by Shinichiro Miki, right? Yes. Yeah, so this is Blade's voice actor.
そのようなことで敵を知ろうとは思わぬ。我らにとって敵を知るにはこの刀だけで十分であろう。違うか、セイバーのサーバントよ。そう驚くこともあるまい。貴様の持つそれが何であるかは分からぬが、身にまとった殺気は剣士のもの。
Actually, as long as I'm checking voice actors, I want to see if Ryder's voice actress is in any Hoyoverse stuff. I don't think she is, but she might be, and I just don't know. No, she is not. You beautiful windy zombie.
目がくらむほどの美しい剣気。その貴様がセイバー以外の何者であろうか。
Another step. Assassin descends the stairs and directs the point of his sword at Saber.
神名など知らずともよい。ただ、セイバーというサーバントがこの刃に破れるだけの話だ。言葉で語るべきことなど皆無。もっとより、サーバントとはそういうものであろ
The
う。
swordsman smiles happily.
なるほど。それは確かにその通りです。
Answering, she readies her sword close to her.
それでよい。では、果たし合おうぞ、セイバー。サーバント随一と言われるその剣に、しかと見せてもらわねばな。
The silver light jumps. Hardness and softness. The fight between two very different swordsmen begins under the moonlight. Interlude out. Status and weapon screens updated. Let's check it out. Assassin. Master unknown. True name Sasaki Kojiro. Male, 176 centimeters. Neutral evil. Strength C, endurance E, agility A+, magical energy E, luck A, noble phantasm unknown. Class abilities. Presence concealment D. Hides one's presence as a servant. Suitable for spying. Details. Sasaki Kojiro, a master swordsman whose existence is doubted even though his name remains. He is a handsome swordsman who uses a 90-centimeter longsword, Monohoshizao. He was born in the Eiroku era, and it is claimed that he gained his fame around the 10th to 17th year of the Keicho era, but the truth is still a mystery. This is because all books that note him are inconsistent in terms of years, and his name is not even mentioned in the book Gorin no Sho, written by his biggest rival, Miyamoto Musashi! Musashi. According to record, Kojiro is from the Echizen country and studied under the originator of the Toda style. He favored a longsword, and after defeating his master's younger brother, he named his own style Ganryu. After that, he traveled around the country as a master swordsman. It is said that he developed his secret sword technique, Tsubame Gaishi, which could even kill a flying swallow, around the Nishiki River in the Suo region. After that, he terrified swordsmen around the country, and battled against Miyamoto Musashi at Funojima to maintain the reputation of the domain he served, dying in the process. Because of the sword's length, he could not fight while holding onto its sheath, so he threw his sheath in front of Musashi. And Musashi's quote when he saw that, "Kojiro, you lose," is all too famous. Miyamoto Musashi was one of Japan's best swordsmen. Sasaki Kojiro is known as Musashi's worthy rival, but his real figure is hazy like the moon on water. While it is said that there was a person like him, we have to say the figure of Sasaki Kojiro passed down to the present is a fictional swordsman. Fate Pokédex. True. Skills. Mind's Eye Fake. A. Resistance to changes in visibility caused by visual interference, also called the sixth sense or prescience, an innate talent to sense danger. Noble Phantasm, currently unknown. Weapons. Monohoshizao, a longsword said to be carried by the swordsman Sasaki Kojiro. Monohoshizao, literally laundry hanging pole, is only a nickname, and its real name is unknown. According to records, it is said to be 90 centimeters long, but the Monohoshizao assassin wields in this story is 150 centimeters long, and its range is about that of a spear. In a real battle, long range translates directly into advantage, but when you are talking about a sword, it must be admitted that such a length is out of the question. It will be effective in a one-on-one battle, but its length and weight would trouble the user in a large-scale combat. There are no other swordsmen able to use this longsword satisfactorily other than Assassin, who has skills surpassing human limitations. Alright. I wake up with a burning pain in my chest. I feel like I've had an ominous dream. My body is sweating even though it's winter, and I'm breathing hard. 59.06 inches? Jesus, it's almost 5 feet long. I knew it was crazy long, but oh my god. It feels like my heart is hot. Just use the spear. No, it's more like forcibly having heat driven into my heart from outside. Compensation. ruled out. Before I think what it could be, my body starts to run.
Saber, いるか?
I run into the room. I open the shoji and rush into the room Saber should be sleeping in.
まさか.
No, it has to be. If she's not here, she must have gone to Ryudo Temple by herself.
バカ野郎。なんで? 体だって治りきってないのに、どうしてわざわざ?
I'm so angry it gives me a headache. Why doesn't she obey me? I didn't say I don't want to fight. I just didn't want her to be hurt like that. Nothing will happen sitting here. I have to hurry to Ryudo Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. No, I don't know what good it'll be, even if I go there. But there should be something I'm able to do.
もう、あいつめ。女の子なんだから、もうちょっとおとなしくしてろってんだ。
I run. I run outside without changing, take out the bike near the entrance, and start to pedal with all my might. I go down the hill with no brakes. About 40 minutes to Ryudo Temple even if I hurry. I don't know when Saber left, but I have to catch up to her, and every minute counts. Interlude once again. The points of the swords cross. The swords are swung many times. Numerous blows. The sword and the katana repel each other, scattering sparks. The session of more than a few dozen blows does not change the positions of the two. Assassin, positioned above, does not retreat even a step. And Saber, trying to ascend the stairs, is unable to draw nearer and uselessly wastes time and spirit. Saber rushes in again. Assassin swings his longsword without difficulty and defends completely against Saber's charge. No, it isn't as simple as defending. If Saber's sword is lightning, Assassin's sword is a hurricane. Even though it does not match Saber in speed or power, its elastic tracks parry Saber's every blow. And the counter increases speed and flows towards Saber's neck like a strong wind. When Saber steps in again after avoiding that attack, the sword she has avoided comes at her again in no time. In contrast to the straight path Saber's sword takes, Assassin's sword takes a curved path. Assassin's blade is graceful, but since it moves in an arc, it does not take the shortest route. So he shouldn't be able to make it in time against Saber's sword moving in a straight line. But there is something about Assassin that reduces that difference to zero. The charge stops. Her sword won't make it in time against his sword's counterattack. She steps back, knowing the only way she can avoid it is to retreat. Assassin's swordplay is fascinatingly beautiful, but at the same time, it is so fast that it is hard to follow. Is that contradiction because of Assassin's skill, or the unfavorable position of attacking someone on higher ground? Without a definite answer, she avoids the sword pursuing her and parries the point trying to pierce her neck. When she notices, she has retreated a few more steps. It's such a long sword. It should be easy to go inside on him once she has parried it away once, but she somehow cannot manage to do so. The enemy's excellent skill and the definitely disadvantageous ground. Saber bites her lips, thinking she would not have this much trouble with that longsword on flat ground.
さすがにやりにくいな。見えない剣というものがこれほど厄介とは思わなんだ。
Assassin does not move. For him, this is only a battle of defense. He has no need to chase the retreating Saber without reason or forsake his advantage of higher ground.
見れば刀を見ることさえ初めてであろう。私の剣筋は邪道でな。 波のものならばまず一撃で首を落とす。それをここまで防ぐとは嬉しいぞセイバー。加えて打ち込みも素晴らしい。そのショークでこれほどの剣撃を行うからにはさぞ鍛え抜かれた全身であろう。
As he has no need to keep attacking, Assassin observes Saber calmly. His sword wavers, losing strength. She cannot charge as if that is an opening. There are no stances for that man. He can only use that long sword if he can swing it, or that long a sword if he can swing it from any position.
どうした？これで終わりというわけではあるまい。その不可視の剣、見かけ倒しではなかろう。
いつまでも減らず口を。
The sword and the katana crash.
よし、当たりだ。
The long sword stops in empty space. Assassin smiles and looks at his sword blocking the invisible sword, parries her sword, and Saber defends herself from the blow to her neck. Even Saber knows that it is because of her invisible sword that she is able to block Assassin's unfamiliar techniques. The invisible sword confuses the opponent's senses in both offense and defense. That is why Assassin does not follow through too much. As he does not know how long Saber's sword is, it is too dangerous for Assassin to close in on Saber. If Assassin ever goes to attack Saber, that will be when Saber tries to smash Assassin's head. That blow is perfectly dodged by Assassin, who merely retreats a bit.
よし、これで目測はついたな。刀身3尺余り、幅は4寸といったところか。形状は、セイバーの名の通り、典型的な西洋の剣だな。
He talks calmly, but it does not even need to be said how good his judgment is. Saber's blows are too fast to perceive even if the sword can be seen. But not only does he defend against the invisible sword, but he has figured out its shape.
信じられない。何の魔術も使わず、満足に打ち合ってもいないというのに、私の剣を測ったのですか、あなたは。
ほう、驚いたか。だが、こんなものは大道芸であろうよ。邪剣使いゆえ、このような技ばかり上手くなる。
This fight is so good and fair. Kiritsugo is disgusted.
なるほど。私の一撃をまともに受けず、ただ払うだけがあなたの戦いだった。邪剣使いとは、その逃げ腰から来た俗称ですか。
いやいや、まともに打ち合わぬ無礼は許せ。何しろこの長刀だ。打ち合えば折れるは必定。お主としては力勝負こそが基本なのだろうが、こちらはそうはいかぬ。その剣と組み合い、力を競い合うことはできん。もとより、刀というものはそういうものだ。西洋の剣はその重さと力で物を叩き切る。だが、我らの刀は、速さと技で物を断ち切るのだ。戦いが噛み合わぬのは道理であろう。まあしかし、これではいささか興がそがれる。もう良い頃合いだぞ、セイバー。いい加減手の内を隠すのはやめにしろ。
アサシン、私があなたに手加減しているとでも。
Yes.
していないとでも言うのか。何のつもりかは知らんが、剣を鞘に収めたまま戦とは舐められたものだ。私程度では本気を出すまでもないということか。ほう、それでも応じないという顔だな。よかろう。ならばここまでだ。お前が出し惜しみをするのなら、 先に我が秘剣をお見せしよう。
Saying so, the swordsman with the long sword comes down next to Saber. To relinquish his advantage of being overhead is the same as losing for Assassin. Presidential alert, the girls are fighting! Assassin is certainly a skilled swordsman, but that is only with the conditions of these geographical features. If they are to fight on the same level, it is possible for Saber to repel Assassin's attack and slash his neck. But Assassin would know this as well. Can I help you? Please get out from in front of me. Move. But Assassin would know this as well, so why?
構えよ。でなければ死ぬぞ、セイバー。
Saber's instincts react to that voice. He's telling the truth. It is not advantageous at all for Saber that Assassin has come down. The instincts that have got her through numerous battles warn her of her misunderstanding. She readies her sword at once. There is no time to hesitate. She only has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his long sword. There's about 3 meters of distance between them. With Saber trying to charge in, Assassin stands ready. That is a stance that the swordsman has not yet shown in this battle. God, he's so pretty.
秘剣。
Saber charges in. The longsword is useless now. As long as she's inside its range, its length will backfire. But
ツバメ返し。
such logic does not exist with this swordsman. The lightning strikes. An evil strike that attacks with speed overwhelming Saber. But it is not as if Saber cannot block such an attack. She moves her attacking sword into defense, and she repels Assassin's full power attack.
もらった。
Even Assassin will have an opening if that attack is repelled. In the small instant where she tries to slice Assassin's stomach. In that instant, Saber trusts her instincts and rolls down the stone steps. She rolls down as if fleeing. She doesn't even soften her landing. Saber spins her body frantically and rolls down the stairs without killing her speed. Saber stops rolling and stands back up. She stares at the swordsman standing calmly.
ほう、かわしたか我が秘剣。さすがはセイバー。ツバメなどとは格が違う。
信じられない。今のはまさか。
何、そう大した芸ではない。たまさかツバメを切ろうと思いつき、身についただけのものだからな。
He raises his longsword a little, as if to trace the movement of the technique that inspired fear in Saber.
見えるか、セイバー。ツバメはな、風を受けて刀を避ける。早かろうが遅かろうが関係はない。どのような刀であろうと、大気を震わさずには触れぬであろう。故に、どのような一撃であれ、ツバメを立つことはできなかった。所詮刀など一本線に過ぎぬ。縦横に空を行くツバメを捕らえられぬは道理よな。ならば逃げ道を囲めばいいだけのこと。一の太刀でツバメを襲い、風を読んで避けるツバメの逃げ道を続く二の太刀で取り囲む。しかし連中は素早くてな。この長刀ではまず二の太刀が間に合わん。ことを成したければ一息のうちほぼ同時に行わなければならなかったが、そのような真似は人の技ではない。叶うことなどあるまいと承知したものだが、 あいにくと他にやることもなかったのでな。一年鬼神に通じるというが、気がつけばこの通りよ。ツバメを断つというくだらぬ思いつきは、複数の太刀筋で牢獄を作り上げる秘剣となった。
In her mind, Saber disagrees with Assassin's words. It's wrong. That technique is not as simple as that. About the same time? No. The two blows came at exactly the same time. Assassins. Sasaki Kojiro's longsword doubled its existence for just that instant.
騎手はゼルレッジ。何の魔術も使わず、ただ剣技だけで宝具の域に達したサーバント。
So, allow me to make this clear. Kojiro basically learned how to bend space-time to allow his sword to do multiple attacks in the same instant through sheer training because he was bored. And this is a low-tier servant. That fact is what should be admired. That one blow made it clear. Sasaki Kojiro does not have a noble phantasm like heroic spirits have. He has only his demonic technique, made possible by his godlike skill. Man said fuck it and became busted? Yeah. It is impossible, but this mere human is equal to heroic spirits armed with noble phantasms.
だが足場が悪かったな。ツバメ返しの奇跡は本来3つ。もうわずかに広ければ横の一撃も加えられたのだが。
そうでしょうね。そうでなければ不完全です。全てが同時であるならミノたちはどうしても遅くなる。それを補うために横方向への離脱を阻む3の太刀があるはずだ。
いい飲み込みの速さだ。だからこそ我が秘剣をかわしたか。素晴らしいぞセイバー。このような属性に呼び出された我が身を呪ったが、それも今宵まで生前では叶わなかった立ち会い。我が秘剣を存分に振る舞える殺し合いができるのならば、呼び出された甲斐があるというもの。
He crowned the burst. Assassin readies his sword once again and comes down the stairs. He must be after Saber's neck. Saber is not confident if she will be able to avoid that secret technique again. Like Lancer's Geibolg, Assassin's Tsubame Gaishi is something that cannot be allowed to begin with. No, unlike Geibolg, that allows you to find a countermeasure once you find out it will go for the heart. There are no possible counters for Assassin's secret technique even when you know about it. If there is a countermeasure, it is only not to let him use it. To beat it, she must attack him with her strongest blow before Assassin uses that technique.
なるほど。確かに手加減など許される相手ではなかったようだ。
She lowers her arms. She lowers her sword as if to stick it into the ground. She glares at Assassin, who is approaching her.
ほう、そうか。ようやくその気になったか、セイバー。
Assassin stops descending the steps and readies himself for a certain kill. Saber looks at him bravely.
不満がないのはこちらも同じだ。我が一撃、受け切れるか？アサシンのサーバント。
They really said, "Oh, you're approaching me? I can't kick your ass from this far away." Saber releases her own restraints. The air shakes. As if acting in response to her will, the sword erupts with a massive amount of wind. Assassin retreats a bit. The wind pressure released from Saber is extraordinary. Not only Assassin, but even the large firm of trees in the forest are shaking and creaking. In the distance, is that a JoJo reference? It is a flow of wind like an explosion. The trapped air is released and explodes outward. This raging wind that would easily blow away a normal person is coming out from Saber's sword. That is the power of her sword. Invisible air is a sword that has wind sealed in it. The sword that covers itself in compressed wind changes the refraction of light to make it look invisible. So this phenomenon occurs once the wind is released. The released wind seeks escape and emits itself chaotically into the surroundings. In that instant, it is the commanding magic of the sword that allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. With Saber possessing incredible amounts of magical energy, she should be able to hold this boundary field for a few minutes. As proof, her sword is still invisible even though she has already released this much wind.
さながら台風といったところだが、しかし
The power of the raging wind does not abate. The wind emitting from Saber's sword is about to engulf Assassin.
この程度のはずがない。その奥にあるもの、見せてもらうぞ、セイバー。
Assassin closes in against the blinding, raging wind. Saber's arms move. To attack Assassin, who is calmly advancing in the strong wind that allows no approach, the sword clad in wind roars and... Interlude out.
なんだあれ
Status screen updated. Oh, we should have gotten Tsubame Gaishi. No? Oh. Oh, it's under skills. Tsubame Gaishi. Anti-personnel demonic sword. Maximum target, 1 person. An ultimate ability that slices the opponent with 3 arcs at the same time. It is said to be a multi-dimensional refracting phenomenon. It is an unavoidable attack, though in a different sense than that of Gaebolg. Transparency, B+. Clear and serene. A barrier that nullifies mental intervention. Since he is not an assassin, he cannot use the assassin ability Presence Concealment, but he can conceal his presence as a master of martial arts. Knowledge of Foremost Harmony. A special ability that prevents reduction of the effectiveness of an attack. No matter how many times it is used against the same opponent, attacks will not be perceived by the enemy. What greets me at the Ryudo Temple is a typhoon-like sound of wind.
セイバーだよな
At the top of the steps, in front of the temple gates, is an armored figure like Saber confronting a figure in a kimono. The wind surrounds Saber, and the trees are creaking as if being pushed by her.
くそ近すぎるのかよこれ
I can't even open my eyes because of the strong wind. I manage to get to the steps looking down, but the wind gets stronger. Meanwhile, Shiro learns to climb stairs.
ダメだこれじゃ
Get near Saber. I can see Saber fighting someone way up there, but I can't do anything. No, first of all, even if I do make it up there in all this wind, I'll only be a burden to her. My left hand aches again. The command spell on my hand is throbbing. I don't know what it means, but I can't help it because that image flashes in my head every time it throbs.
くそこうなったらやる気だ
I reach out to the steps with my eyes closed. I lie down, trying not to be blown by the wind, and start to move upwards. The wind just gets stronger. Something must be happening above, as even I, an amateur magus, can feel that an enormous amount of magical energy is about to be released. My command spell throbs. It is as if it is warning me about the wind, and about something that is going to happen above me.
待てもしかしてこれ
Saber's magical energy? But then...
あいつあんな体で何を無茶だ
No, should she even be doing this at all? Saber cannot replenish her magical energy, so she shouldn't be using her magical energy readily. She has to leave me in charge of fighting and stay as my backup, or her magical energy will run out, and... I get up and run up the stairs. This is no time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber is planning to do, but I have to stop her. It must be luck that I avoided it. Something like a dagger flies across right in front of me as I try to run up the temple gate. I look toward the trees in the mountain off to the side of the stairs. There's no mistake about it. I didn't notice because of the strong wind before, but someone else is hiding near here. I raise my voice. That voice that should have been drowned out by the wind echoes through the area, surprising even me. I look up at the temple gate. There is a man in a kimono holding a long sword and Saber's back.
そこまでにしておけ、セイバー。その秘剣、盗み見ようとする輩がいる。
The man in the kimono says with a faint smile. He is staring into the forest like I am.
このまま続ければ、我らだけの勝負にはなるまい。生き残った者に、そこに潜んだ恥知らずが襲いかかるか、それともお前の秘剣を盗み見るだけが目的なのか。どちらにせよ、あまり気乗りのする話ではないな。
The man says so with disinterest and starts to go up the stairs.
待て、決着をつけないつもりか、アサシン。
お前がこの山門を越えるというのであらば、決着はつけよう。何者であれ、この門をくぐることは私が許さん。だが、あいにくと私の役目はそれだけでな。帰るというのであらば止める気はない。まあ、そこに隠れているたわけは別だが、気に入らぬ相手であれば死んでも倒産し、生きても返さん。
The man called assassin goes up the stairs.
踊らされたな、セイバー。だが、もう一人の気配に気がつかなかった私も同じだ。あのままでおけば被験のすべてを味わえたであろうが、良いところで邪魔が入った。そなたにとっては良好であったか。
Saber is hanging her head in regret. The killing intent fades away. Not because of Assassin's words, but Saber herself must know how disadvantageous it is to fight now.
そら、迎えも来ている。そこにいる小僧はお前のマスターであろう。
Oops. And Assassin disappears. He must have become a spirit, and it must be his demonstration that he will not attack us unless we advance. Saber does not say anything. She just has her back to me as she quietly stands there.
Oi! Saber!
There's no answer even when I call out to her. I think it's strange, so I start to go up the stairs. The armor Saber had on suddenly disappears. The girl in her defenseless blue clothes sways without turning around. I stop Saber with my arms as she falls back down the stairs. Saber does not move at all. She is unconscious with her eyes closed in pain. I'm finally home. It has taken 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryudo Temple. There were lots of problems, but we managed to get home safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light. She only weighed about 40 kilograms, so I wouldn't normally have been this tired. But that's only if the weight isn't moving. I didn't know that it was such a hard task to carry a sleeping human. A girl, too. The fatigue is great, not physically, but mentally. It's because my attention was disrupted by things like her body's softness and by having her breathing softly right by me. Shiro, please.
まったく、なんだって気を失うんだよ、いきなり。
I look at the sleeping saber. She must not be completely unconscious. She looks like she'll open her eyes if I call out her name, even though she's sleeping like a corpse. Damn. There were so many things I wanted to say when I left the house, but I can't say anything when she makes a sleeping face like that.
いいさ。目を覚ましたらとっちめてやるからな、セイバー。
I murmur. And the instant I reach out to carry Saber again.
まあいいけど、シローがどんな趣味してて何をしているかなんて私には関係ないから。
For some reason, Tosaka is in the hallway, even though it is past 2 in the morning.
トサカ！
何よ、お化けでも見たような顔しちゃって。別に文句はないから続けていいわよ。私は水飲みに起きただけだし。
いや違う、これは違う、すごく違う。その話せば長くなるんだが、つまりセイバーを部屋に連れて行こうとしただけなんだが、俺の言ってることを分かってくれるか？
ええ、まあそれなりに。
嘘つけ！全然分かってない口ぶりだぞ今の。
だから分かってるってば。セイバーが一人で戦いに行って、シローはそれを止めてきたんでしょ。で、何らかのトラブルがあってセイバーが気絶して戻ってきた。どう？これでいい？
うん、すごい、全問正解だ。けどなんだってそこまでわかるんだよお前。
わかるわよ。セイバーが単独で戦いを仕掛ける可能性は高かったし、サーバントが戦いを始めればマスターにだって伝わるわ。だからこういう展開も十分予測範囲なわけ。
そうか、それはいいけど。
So Tosaka predicted that Saber would go out to fight by herself.
で、どうするの？セイバーを部屋に連れて行くんじゃないの？ここに寝かしてたらいくらサーバントでも風邪ひくと思うけど。
いや、だから部屋に連れて行こうと思って今。
I was going to carry her, but it's hard to do so when she's watching.
トサカ、悪いけどセイバーを運んでくれないか？
私が？まあいいけど。じゃあお茶でも入れてくれる？少し二人の話に興味があるから。
Tosaka picks up Saber. I'm uneasy about her being so understanding, but as long as I've asked her to do so, I have to go prepare some tea. Tosaka takes Saber to my room. I'm preparing tea in the kitchen.
お茶って日本茶じゃないよな。紅茶って言ってもティーバッグの紅茶しかないぞうち。
Well, it can't be helped if we don't have it. I decide she can complain if she wants, and I make the tea with a tea bag.
シロ、ちょっといい？
Oh, Tosaka's back.
なあ、ちょっと待ってくれ。すぐに行く。
I put the 2 teacups on a tray and head to the living room. There. Next to Tosaka is Saber, changed into her normal clothes.
セイバー、どうして？眠ってたんじゃなかったのか？
眠ってたわよ。けどそういつまでも続く眠りじゃないし、ついさっき目が覚めたの。どうも一気に膨大な魔力を使おうとして体の方から一方的に機能を停止させられたみたいね。ほら、電気のブレーカーと同じよ。その
Oops. Saber is quiet as Tosaka explains.
お前。
Seeing her usual attitude, my complaints return.
セイバー、お前な、自分が何をしたのか分かってるのか？
わからないわけはないでしょう。私は竜道寺に赴き、アサシンのサーバントと戦いました。その折、私たちの戦いを監視していた第3のサーバントに気がつき、戦いを中断しましたが。
違う、 そんなことを言ってるんじゃない。俺が言いたいのはどうして戦ったのかってことだ。
またそれですか。サーバントが戦うのは当然のことです。シロこそマスターであるあなたがなぜ私に戦うなというのです。
いや、それは。
I unconsciously hesitate to reply. Well, battles are inevitable as long as I've decided to fight as a master. I know I'm contradicting myself by telling Saber not to fight, but still. I can't let something like that happen again.
私の方こそ聞きたい。シロは戦いを嫌っているようですが、そんなことで聖杯戦争に生き残る気があるのかと。あなたの方針に従っていては他のマスターに倒されるだけではないのですか。
Of course not. I will repel dangers that come at me, and I don't intend to get killed helplessly. But aside from that, I don't want Saber fighting.
違う。戦うのを嫌ってるんじゃない。俺は。
It must be much simpler than that. In short,
その女の子が傷つくのはダメだ。そんなの男として見過ごせない。だからお前に戦わせるぐらいなら俺が自分で戦う。
Shiro, you are so stupid.
私が女だから戦わせないだと。正気ですかあなたは。サーバントはマスターを守るものです。私たちが傷つくのは当然であり、私たちはそのために呼び出されたものに過ぎない。サーバントに性別など関係ないし、そもそも武人である私を女扱いするつもりですか。今の言葉は訂正してください、シロ。
Saber comes at me with a glare, but I won't be pushed back by her pressure. What is she saying? That she is a knight before she is a woman? Saying such unreasonable things with that small body of hers that even I can carry?
誰が訂正なんてするか。そりゃセイバーは強いかもしれないけど、それでも女の子だろ。つまんないことにこだわるな、バカ。
つまらないことにこだわっているのはあなたではないですか。まさか女性に守護されるのが嫌だとでも言うつもりですか。この身はすでに英霊、そのようなさまつ事など忘れなさい。
さまつなもんか。もうとにかくセイバーが良くても俺は嫌だ。だいたい自分の代わりに戦ってもらうなんて間違いだったんだ。俺はそんな。
I can't allow someone to get hurt in place of saving me. I should be the one doing the saving. Yeah, so if it's not clear, Shiro's issue is not actually the fact that Saber is a woman. His issue is that he has massive, massive survivor's guilt and feels like he needs to be the one saving everyone all the time. He just doesn't really quite understand the details of it. I have been working hard to become a person who can help others like my father, so...
いいな。とにかくセイバーは戦うな。戦いは俺がする。それなら文句はないだろう。セイバーの望み通り戦うって言ってるんだから。
無茶を言う人ですね、あなたは。人間がサーバントと戦えると思っているのですか。シローでは戦いにすらならないと実感しているでしょう。ランサーに襲われた時を思い出してください。あの時私が現れなければ間違いなくシローは殺されていた。それはどのようなサーバントが相手でも同じです。
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからない。あの時は何の準備もなかっただけだ。けど今なら対策なんていくらでも立てられるんだから、やりようによっては寝首をかくことぐらいできる。
Therapy for you, my boy.
少子な。シローの立てた守りなど神も同然です。
今すごいこと言ったな、セイバー。
あなたこそサーバントを侮っている。人の身で英霊を打倒しようなどと何を思い上がっているのですか。
Saber and I glare at each other. It's no use. It looks like this conversation is going nowhere with no compromise in sight.
違うわセイバー。シロはサーバントを侮っているわけじゃない。そのあたりを誤解しちゃうと話が進まないから口を挟ませてもらうけど。
リン、それはどういうことですか？
要するにね、そいつ純粋にあなたが傷を負うのを嫌がってるのよ。どうしてか知らないけど、シロは献身と善意の塊だものね。自分のことよりセイバーの方が大切なんでしょ、あんたは。
そんなことないぞ。俺は別にセイバーが大切なんて言ってない。
嘘嘘。そうでもなければ自分で戦うなんて言えないわ。だってあなた自分じゃサーバントに勝てないって分かってるんでしょ。それでも戦うっていうのは自分よりセイバーのが大事ってことじゃない。
Well, it's like that if she says so, but...
だから無茶でも戦う。勝てないって分かっていながら勝とうとする。その結果が自分の死でも構わない。なぜならあんたの中ではどうしてか知らないけど自分より他人の方が大切だからよ。
Shiro, I have a plan. Anybody. It can't involve self-sacrifice. Shiro, I do not have a plan. No, I didn't mean that at all.
そういうことよ。わかるでしょセイバー。あのバーサーカー相手にあなたをかばうようなバカなのよ、そいつ。だから本気で自分が戦うって言ってるの。
I don't know how much of Tosaka's explanation Saber understood, but Saber takes a deep breath and looks at me.
シロ、
なんだよセイバー。
あなたが戦うことは認めます。ですがそれならば私にも考えがある。
だから何さ。
剣の鍛錬です。シロの時間が許す限り私はあなたに剣を教える。それを認めるのなら私もシロの意見を認めますが。
Does that mean she'll train me in swordsmanship? Because she allows me to fight from now on?
待った。それは心の贅肉よセイバー。シローに剣を教える？やめてよ。そんな気休めでサーバントに太刀打ちできるわけないじゃない。
Yeah, this outfit is so cute.
それは当然です。ですが知らないよりはマシでしょう。少なくとも戦闘時の迷いは薄れます。あとはシロー本人の決意にかけるだけですが、実践とは得てしてそういうものではないですか。向かない者には何を教えても身につくことなどありません。
まあ言われてみればそっか。殴り合う覚悟ってのは一度殴り合ってみないと一生つかないものね。
はい。ですから一度、いえ一度と言わず時間の許す限り、シローには戦闘の結果としての死を体験させ、戦いに慣れてもらわなければ。
The two talk dangerously.
ちょっと待て。俺はいいなんて一言も。
じゃあ私は魔術講座にしとく。セイバーが体を鍛えるんなら私は知識を育てるわね。もう初めからそういう約束だったし、明日から本格的に鍛え直してやりますか。
お願いします。リンがそうしてくれるなら私も剣のみに集中できる。
いいっていいって。じゃあ話も決まったことだし解散しましょう。明日はいろいろと忙しそうだから。
Tosaka waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding.
私も休みます。シローも休憩を取ってください。明日は道場で汗を流してもらいますから。
She gives a small bow and goes back to her room. In the living room are the untouched teas and myself standing there dumbfounded.
いや、だから俺は一言もさ。
The words I murmur are ignored. Well, the already confusing situation looks like it will get even stranger. I can't even guess what will happen tomorrow.
ねえよ。とにかく体力だけは温存しなくちゃ。
Everything starts from my body. Well, you could say that I can only rely on the hope that if my body is well prepared, I can overcome any hardships. And that is the end of day 6.
できれば誰も悲しまない方がいい。
So let us save and return to the menu. So, gonna start wrapping up here. Let's see. What do we have in store for the next Fate stream? Day 7's pretty chill. Day 8 is also very chill. Maybe I will combine them both into one stream. We'll see. Tomorrow we'll be wrapping up the poetry event in Genshin. I think that's about it. Thank you as always to everybody who stopped by, and I hope to see you all next time.